Greetings. It is, pardon me, February 28th, 2016, 15 years after the quake, which impacted not just one of my artworks, Show of Dreams, which has creases in it, the largest work of the Under the Wings Holocaust art series, but another very large work, History of Jewish Writing from the 20th century, the Ten Commandments, ended up with two fist-size holes in it. I have to take it out. It's in a really big tube, and put it up on a wall downstairs, tack it up so I can video it. The original, I actually have the two pieces which can be restored if I were to find a site willing to frame it. Has Seattle history in it, and I would even offer it to a local Jewish institution, like for a token payment, honorarium, $25 if they agree to frame it and hang it up. Back to this work. This is the only proof I own. It's printed very light, but it will have to do for now, of a etching I did. It's dated 1979, The Dreamer, the Cartographer, which I did in Columbia, Missouri when I was an MFA, Mighty Fine Artist degree candidate. It's numbered 14, it's either 30, 60, or 80, but the edition was never printed, as was the case with almost all of my etchings. I think there were maybe 10 or 11 proofs printed of this, and I know of at least two so far that have vanished into the abyss. Their owners lost them, and hoping to find someone who has a proof, who can, like darker, who can video it for me. It's going to go around and show some of the imagery here, as light as it is, and with overhead fluorescence on. This three-gabled house with a flag, upper left there, is actually, looks like it's flying through space and chained, linked, cabled to a cow. Why not? With a fly. The color, by the way, is hand-colored. In the sepia tones, that's not hand-colored, that's the ink from aqua-tinted sections. Aqua-tint are tonal areas as opposed to linear areas that are like line edge. It's kind of, even though this is kind of sideways for viewers, right side up is as we're looking at it. But if I were to turn the camera, both of these kind of architectonic figurines make me think of, at least this one, of like pre-Columbian art, which I was a great admirer of back in my 20s. Ha! You have more fantastic structural, architectural, what have you, with, I don't know, it makes me think of like slugs on the beach, or slugs in Columbia, Missouri. One of my most vivid memories of one apartment I lived in for about a year, 1110 Locust Street, was going home, going in the bathroom, dropping my drawers, sitting my tush down on the toilet seat, and it was probably cold as opposed to warm. It was wet, squishy, and I must have jumped like in a cartoon, like Saturday morning cartoon, like 5 feet. God! And then I looked down, it was like this really big slug. And it had to be at least the length of my index finger, like on the seat. This black or dark brown bluff. These sections make me think of like ancient papyrus. We have a kind of architectural organic creature all in one here. Notice the antenna again on the right. Yeah, nice vertical house here. I just noticed an exclamation I hadn't seen before. We have what looks like a fish here. I see a tail, the body, eye, profile view, of course, and a mouth. A lot of stuff inside there for one small mouth for a big creature like a whale. There you have it. Oops. The dream of the cartographer, just like I pictured it. Greetings, it is May 10th, 2016. A Seattle friend of many years owns this proof of my 1979 etching in aquatint, this proof hand-colored, called The Dream of the Cartographer, which I did when I was a grad student at the University of Missouri in Columbia. And he came by yesterday and let me borrow it for a few days or so I could video it. I actually have a proof of this, but the proof I own is very light, so I was very pleased to see this one, which is printed really richly in terms of the brown sepia-ish like ink and also the hand coloring. So I'm going to kind of go clockwise with my iPod camera here, starting at lower left. I also have to look up and see if any of these are in any public museum or institutional or whatever other collections. I actually don't remember offhand. This says, ha, ha. We have a kind of a melding of kind of architectural, cartoonish forms with insect antennas and what have you. This sort of fish that we see here has made appearances in many artworks, including Holocaust works and human rights works over decades. There's my dream studio on the left there as I envisioned it post-graduation. Notice the antenna on the right there. A cow about to, looks like ingest a fly. My other dream house, kind of gabled, New England style perhaps. A gal. The aquatinting sections in these areas intrigue me looking at them now. They almost have a kind of pre-Columbian motif influence imagery to me now. And I remember back when I was in grad school, I had envisioned applying for a Fulbright grant to go to Columbia in South America, which never happened. But I can kind of see this. It also reminds me of like papyrus glyphics. So there you have it. And thank you all for watching.